We're rounding the turn. We're rounding the turn. We're rounding the turn. We're rounding the turn. Rounding the curve. We're rounding the turn. We're rounding the turn to the Record Journal Halloween Special, Athletes of the Week. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you may happen to be tuning in. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Mariner Record Journal, and welcome to the Halloween edition of Record Journal Athletes of the Week. And trick or treat before we even get started. All in good fun here, you know, with the Halloween season. I had this neat old mask I had to put to use, and of course the election's coming up. Don't forget to vote. So given the timing, we had a little fun, and I just want to say any supporter of the president, if they want to do a spoof on Joe Biden's, you know, by all means, feel free. Just probably have to get your own camera crew, and so you might want to get busy on that, or perhaps you'll have another 4 years to work on it. We'll see. For now, enough fun and games. I'm going to bring you our Athletes of the Week nominees for Week 4 here in the fall season. Our winners from Week 3. Tell you what, talk about election. Big turnout for our girls winner, Emily Hart of Platt. And little sneak preview, one of her teammates is nominated this week. Emily Hart, though, girls winner for Week 3. And the boys winner for Week 3 was Yaya Cardad from Lyman Hall. Congratulations to him and to Emily. And we'll see who is going to win our Trick or Treat edition. And it just so happens that our first girls nominee will be playing in this game. In fact, she's right down there. Though Aaron tells me she's just a wee little dot, but I see her down there. She is. She and senior goaltender, Miss Beth Arnold. And Beth, I got to say, before we even give the particulars on why we nominated you, I know this photo is probably old. I know it might go all the way back to your freshman year because Beth has been playing varsity since her freshman year. And if it is Beth, Aaron's going to get a new photo of you tonight. Just giving you a heads up, FYI. And for our viewers at home, here is the FYI on Beth Arnold. Senior goalie, big part of the run to the semis last year. And this season doing her thing. Sheehan hit a little speed bump after their opening win against Lyman Hall, but they've won 3 straight in the last 2 games by shutout, including against Cheshire. 1-0. That was a big win for Sheehan. Beth Arnold, Beth, good job down there. She had 14 saves against the Rams. That's no joke. That's Record Journal Athlete of the Week material. Beth, congratulations to you. Girls nominee number 1. Girls nominee number 2. She's from rival Lyman Hall. Not the soccer team, though, but from the volleyball team. Of course, the volleyball team, such a dramatic, epic win over Cheshire on Monday night. Lyman Hall had not beaten Cheshire since 1998. Aaron, you weren't even born. I was a wee lad. 1998 was the last time Lyman Hall beat Cheshire. Cheshire comes in undefeated on Monday, and Lyman Hall not only beats them, they sweep them. A lot of good players for Lyman Hall this year. You know the girl makes it go round right here. Miss Gianna Scapetto, the senior setter. Gianna, you know, it's funny. I was just looking at my notes. You've been on the radar screen every week so far for Athlete of the Week. And obviously you went over the top on Monday night. 20 assists, 5 aces against the Rams. And each set was punctuated by an ace from Miss Scapetto. She also had 26 assists and 5 aces against Sheehan on Thursday. I might have gypped you an ace there. Might have been 6 aces against Sheehan. The number that really jumped off the page is when Sheehan defeated Lyman Hall. In that match, Gianna had 46 assists. She does it match in, match out for the Trojans. They're cooking this year. Gianna Scapetto, overdue, no doubt. Athlete of the Week nominee number 2 for the girls here in Week 4. Third and final girls nominee, we mentioned, it was one of Emily Hart's Platt volleyball teammates. And she is Miss Jasmine Hudson, senior outside hitter. She puts up big numbers. Monday night against Berlin, 14 kills, 12 digs. That's just like business as usual for Miss Jasmine Hudson. And we're really looking forward to Thursday night's match at Platt. 8-1 Platt Panthers against the 9-0 Maloney Spartans. That is a showdown. For now, Jasmine Hudson, girls nominee number 3, here in Week 3. All right, we're moving right along. There is no halftime. They'll have halftime in their game. We can't have halftime because we're running out of daylight. So we're going over to the boys, and it just so happens we have 3 soccer players this week. And we're going to start over at Maloney High School. Maloney High School, this young man, Mr. Jaden Miles, very unique athlete of the week. We say soccer, but he could kind of qualify in football because with Maloney playing independent football this year, Jaden can both play soccer and kick for the football team. If it was a CIAC sport, you wouldn't be able to do that. So, Jaden, against Platt up at Falcon Field the previous Saturday. Kicks 3 extra points as Maloney wins that rivalry game. A couple days later, it's soccer over at the West Side, and Jaden scores the lone goal of the game in Maloney's 1-0 win. He also scored a couple days later against Wethersfield. For that, Jaden Miles, boys nominee, number 1 from Maloney High School. Boys nominee number 2 over at Southington High School. Southington High School had a nice week. They beat Lewis Mills 3-0. They beat Bristol Central 2-0. And this young man, Mr. Liam Schroeder, scored in both games. In fact, he had 2 goals against Lewis Mills, and then against Bristol Central he scored, and he assisted on the other goal. Good things happening over there for Coach Austin McGarrow and his right-hand man, Rob Palco. They are 3-3-2 going into Tuesday's game against Bristol Eastern. We wish them luck for now. Liam Schroeder, boys nominee number 2 in week 4. And our third and final nominee, he hails from the town of Cheshire, over the hills and far away. And he is Mr. Samir Dishnitsa. And we've been watching this young man, only a sophomore, and he's a player. The kid is a player. 4 goals and 5 assists for the Rams. You know, they lost on opening day to Xavier, and since then, 4 wins, no losses, 2 ties. Cheshire's hot. And this young man's a big reason why. Mr. Samir Dishnitsa. I love to pronounce his name. I'm going to say it one more time. Samir Dishnitsa. Dish is it neat? Shamir, you are boys nominee number 3 here in week 4. Exhale. That is it. 6 up, 6 down. You're seeing this on Wednesday night about 6 o'clock. Polls are open at myrecordjournal.com/sports. Go online and vote now through Sunday at midnight. Tally up the winners, bring them to you next week. On the other side of the election, oh boy, I'm getting the shivers, Aaron. We'll bring you the winners, encourage you to vote. The numbers have risen quite dramatically, and that's a beautiful thing. I'd like to say, as always, thank you to my man, Aaron. Thanks, Aaron. Tip of the cap to you. To my man, Shawnee Kid Crossett. Good to have you back on the team, my man. Folks, thank you for tuning in. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record Journal. Be good.